welcome back to an episode of Kate and Isaiah Living Large. I'm Isaiah.
And I'm Kate.
And on this episode, this is our part 2 of us talking about The Biggest Loser and the Netflix documentary that just came out. But before we get into that, what's new? What's the haps? How's it going?
Things are good. You know what I'm excited about right now? A couple of things. One, last week we finally made an episode of this podcast where we were real contentious with each other. Yeah, maybe this will be our ticket to fame, Isaiah. You know what I was thinking actually on the reality TV front? You and I should put an audition in for The Amazing Race Canada.
Oh, go for it. I will sit at home and watch you.
No, you and I.
Oh, us? Oh, God,
together
no.
as a team.
God, no. Could you imagine us trying to
be
get
off the first episode? You're like, where's the bar?
Excuse me. We're in Toronto. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
I am too hungover to make it to Winnipeg. Sorry.
We can take a bus, right?
But yeah, no. But what do you got? You just came off a bunch of shows.
And I'm looking up at that Campbellton Comedy Festival, still getting ready for that. What about you?
Trying to get ready to swim. Just trying to get ready. I work, like I said last week, I'm working towards my lifeguard license again. I can do most of the physical stuff. The one thing that I am terrified at is you have to do 400 meters in under 10 minutes.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I am, last time I tested myself to try and do it, I was at 15 minutes and under but I was just like, I was gassed by the end of it. It was
so you're hitting the gym hard on the cardio.
Just trying to get my cardio. I've been doing weightlifting a lot, but not cardio. And that kind of was my problem. I need to start doing cardio.
Yeah. I get it.
But that is what I'm working towards right now. It's a struggle and a half, but I'll get there.
You will. If only there was a television show.
If only there was a television show
to audition for, to whip you into shape. If only like Jillian Michaels could jump on your back and scream in your face.
That's right. All right. So last time we talked, we kind of talked generally about The Biggest Loser and our thoughts about it. But let's talk a little bit about, I think we should get into the documentary first and just kind of talk a little bit about what we saw in the documentary. So yeah. So when I watched the documentary, so again, it was definitely edited a little bit against The Biggest Loser.
Yeah,
there was definitely some editing choices, but
how so? I actually would like you to extrapolate on that.
I think that they focused a lot, on the contestants and what problems they had with it.
I think they actually focused quite a lot on the producers as well and the coach, and they gave the opportunity for Jillian Michaels to speak as well, and she declined.
And I think some of their music choices, some of the background music choices they made when the coaches were talking about things and when the producers were talking about things set a tone that.
Interesting. I didn't know that didn't clock for me. I actually thought it was, reasonably well presented. I think what I found is like the contestants' stories were so compelling that's what resonated with me. But
yeah, for sure that too. But there was some musical tones and musical choices that they chose to put in that made the things that some of the the producer was saying a bit more sinister than it may have come off if you put some other sound onto it.
That didn't track for me. But
I'm a movie nerd, and those are things I pick up on a lot.
Yeah.
So I felt like that there was some editing choices, but I also felt like they may have felt like they had the contestants best at heart, but at the end of the day, they really were chasing the money value of what they could get out of people.
You know what the funniest thing about watching I watched the whole documentary. I started it a few times in the last couple of weeks, but I watched the whole thing this morning where we recorded these 2 episodes, and I have the Netflix with ads.
Oh, you do? I do not.
Okay. The first ad that popped up McDonald's.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Which, it goes to the point of like, even the producers, even if they had the best intentions, they still had TV executives who are pushing for ratings because they had advertisers who were investing big dollars because that's how money is made and was made in the television industry for so long.
For sure. It still is.
Well, yes and no. Now the streaming services are largely taking over
with commercials. You just told me.
I know, but with a lower payment rate, so you can choose your own adventure on that front. It's still not the same cash cow in advertising as it was in the 80s and 90s. It isn't. It just isn't. That's proven.
There's a reason why we're getting commercials now.
Right. Yeah, because they still want to find a way to get their messaging out. But yes. But it's still that it's not cost as much as it did to buy on network television.
On network television.
Because you don't have the same number of eyes as you did. Yeah. Especially with those episodic reality TV shows. That was like the water cooler conversation, right?
Yeah.
I remember like when American Idol first was on the scene in Survivor. I never really watched Survivor, but that was very much like people watched every Thursday night and then talked about it every Friday morning. And they were making the number of eyes on television shows back in those days were astronomical.
But that money might not be in network television anymore, but it's in that commercial money has moved over to streaming.
But not in the same way, Isaiah. It's spread out much more thinly. Anyway, this is a different conversation.
Yeah. Anyway, but yes, you're right. Like the advertising dollars definitely talk when we're looking at what pressures were being put even on the producers to make it bigger and more entertaining and get more people to watch.
Right. I guess that's what I'm getting at, is that the number of people watching these shows is much more spread out now because we can watch at our own pace. It's not the same thing as episodic television where must-see TV Thursday night, everybody's watching the same shows and then talking about them on Friday morning.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely the way in which the money is spread out is different.
Yes. Money always has power, but it's different now.
Yeah. But I think I think that there was still so the story starts out with the way The Biggest Loser started was that he saw an ad, like a thing on a poster saying that said outside a gym, saying I need help. And then what just irked me the most was that he said, and I thought, well, I can make a TV show off that.
That pissed me
off.
I
was like, why? Why was that your first thought was, oh, I can make money off of this?
Yeah, that line pissed me off so much. I was like, what is wrong with
that
you?
That was your
thought? But even if he had said, maybe I can help a lot of people, even if that was what he said versus I should make a TV show.
Make a TV show. Yeah. I was like, why you said that?
Yeah, that was a lot. That was insane. That was ridiculous. I'm glad you clocked that too.
Now, I'd be interested to know if there was more in the editing that they cut out that he said, and that's what they cut, or
he said it.
He said it. He definitely said that part, but we call it clip chipping in the new age, where you take the minimal amount of what someone says, but cut out all their explanation on it. Yeah, it's called clip chipping.
That's also that's always been a thing.
Right. Well, that's the term for it nowadays. So I always question what if there was more said.
Yeah, you're right.
That maybe makes the saying that is bad. That is, why would you say that? But maybe there was more to it than just.
Maybe he said, "I wonder how I can help." Yeah. Like maybe we don't know the preamble. You're right, and maybe that's one of the ways that this documentary is biased.
Right. No, definitely. But that part irked me quite a bit. But then there was they talked about like. Some people talked about like that they have like the long-term impacts on them, right?
Yeah, like
they were unhealthy. Like they weren't healthy to begin with, obviously, but then because they basically trained like a athlete trains for I don't know how long, that it affected their metabolism on the other end.
I don't remember that part. I remember them kind of talking about metabolism. They're talking about how their metabolism was broken going into it, and that's why they were in from the episode the part that I'm thinking of. And then it was the doctor who talked about how because he used to be the doctor for the LA Raiders.
Yes.
And he was talking about like the 400-pound linemen who play football and how they actually lost weight over the course of training. And that was what sparked his idea of like, what if you train not with the skill of a pro athlete, but the intensity of a pro athlete? And because that actually caused them to not be hungry because they were working out so much and they were losing weight, which wasn't necessarily a good thing for the linemen. I don't know about football, but like it seemed like that was a negative the way he was describing it.
A little bit.
But maybe that would have the same impact on obese people. And in some cases, and I don't know about you, but when I work out, I don't feel like eating right away.
I do.
I
need.
You need to work out harder.
As soon as I'm done working out, I need to eat something.
Really, I'm not.
I go straight for like chicken and rice and stuff. Like I need to eat right away.
I'm thirsty usually, but not.
And it's important. It's you should eat protein right afterwards too.
Yeah,
like that's a big thing. It's because you're working out, your metabolism, or you're burning fat faster, and so by eating right afterwards, you actually burn that. You burn that fat while you're at that time.
Where'd you learn that?
I learned it from one of the trainers at work.
I didn't know that.
There's like a stint of time where your body's still burning fat.
Yeah, it's like 45 minutes or something, isn't it?
Yeah, where if you eat during that time, if you specifically proteins, the best part to do, it'll help burn that fat faster.
Oh, that's why people are into the protein shakes and stuff after the workout. That makes sense.
So it's interesting. But what happened was, so after at the end, when they went home, their metabolism was broken afterwards. That's what part of the reason some people sued.
Okay. I didn't, I somehow I must have missed that. Maybe I fell asleep.
Yeah. It was one of the reasons they sued was because their metabolism, they called it, they injured their metabolism. I think is what they called it.
Yeah.
That was one of the reasons they sued.
I'd love some science behind that. But anyway, that's interesting.
So that was that. So some people said like that's the long-term impact is that they have to now. They are already they already have to eat less because of that problem of that. Does that make sense?
No. So what you're saying is making sense to me.
Oh, so one guy, one of the contestants that had won, said that when he went and got tested years later because he started gaining weight again.
Oh yeah, that fella.
They told him that he now had to eat like he was already 800.
Oh yes, because they were undernourishing them during the show.
Yes.
Oh, okay. The guy who won the first season. And this actually brings me to another thing we were talking about. So he talked about, because it was a competition, and he was getting toward the end and he was doing quite well, leading up to the last few weeks of competition. Like through the competition, the doctor was giving them a diet of like, they say for women, you should be around between 1,000 and 1,500 calories. And for men, it should be between 12 and 1,500 or whatever it is. I don't remember the numbers. And the trainers are like, no, you should be eating 800 calories a day. Yeah. And so, yes. Okay. I remember what you're talking about now. So because he was eating 800 calories a day, but training so hard, when actually you need, science will tell you that you need more food to propel that kind of output. It's an input-output situation, right? If you're only putting a quarter of a tank of gas in your gas tank, but you're running at 200 kilometers an hour, well, you're gonna run out of gas, right? And that's kind of the equivalent of what they were doing with their bodies, and so. I think and then for his last couple of weeks, he's still training just as hard. He exclusively subsisted on this like cleanse diet of lemon, cayenne pepper, and maple syrup and water. I know someone who did that for like a week. I've tried that. I know someone who did it for like a week. I didn't do that long. And then he did end up winning the show, and now he's gained back 80% of the weight or something that he had in the first place. But he also said he has a very good life, and he is not one of the people who sued.
No, he was saying that he was talking about how he didn't realize like the long-term effects that being in the competition had on him.
Right.
Later.
Because you can never keep your caloric intake that low.
Right.
Because, and that's, that goes back to what we say on the what we talk about on the podcast all the time is that like weight loss, that fast weight loss doesn't really, it works in that you will lose the weight. So if you're losing weight for XYZ, a wedding, a big competition, a big whatever, you can do it. You can take off a lot of weight quickly, but it's very tenuous and you are doing damage to your body by doing so. Whether it's insurmountable and it's something that can be shifted again, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, neither you, neither the people that were talking. So except for that one guy. And weight issues are vastly understudied. So even if you're a doctor,
it's still, there's still science being discovered every day.
Yeah, exactly. And, it's treated differently. Like we've talked about this too, but it's been treated differently medically now than it was even 5, 10, 15 years ago. And I think there was a doctor who had been in med school and talked about being fat during med school at the end of that documentary. Am I making this up? Or is that the same show? No.
You got it. I think
okay, yeah. And she was in tears. She was like, at the time, she was like, I just want the day where obesity is treated like any other physical illness. And I think we're getting to that point, which is great.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. How'd you feel about Bob in the documentary?
I think I find him very entertaining. If I'm being 100% honest about it, I find him a very entertaining character, very charismatic, very, I can see why he had the job in the first place. Definitely a fame seeker.
Oh, for sure.
And found it and thinks he is king shit. He definitely had a heart attack.
Oh, no, he did. They talked about it in the documentary. Yeah,
exactly. Exactly. He definitely had a heart attack while working out one time. Yep. So like that does, correlation isn't causation, but it does show that can happen to anyone, regardless of how fit you are. And I think that like any persona on television, he's not a real person.
No.
Like at the end of the day, is he a good guy, bad guy in real life? I don't know. He's not my friend. Like, would I want him to be my trainer? Maybe.
Definitely not.
Maybe more than the other one.
Oh, more than Jennifer?
Jillian Michaels.
Jillian, yeah. Oh yeah, more than Jillian, yeah, for sure. But
if I were like chosen on a team, I'd rather be on his than hers.
Oh, if I had to choose between the two, sure. But I would not want either of them.
But you know what? Some of that motivation actually works for me.
No, it would never work for me.
It actually, some of it, sadly, would work for me for a time. I do respond to, well, I'm a people pleaser, so
I am too. But that type of motivation is not.
I would probably do my best to not be in a position where they're screaming at me. I'd probably be one of the people throwing up and running through it.
Oh, I probably would have quit pretty quickly on.
Yeah.
I probably would have been on the show yelling and screaming in their faces and been kicked off the show.
I don't believe that. I've never seen you yell and scream at anyone.
That's because you've never seen anyone yell and scream at me. If you get aggressive with me, it says I can be a different person.
Huh, interesting. It kind of makes me want to test that.
Please don't.
Okay.
But no, I think I don't know. I think Bob thought he was out there to help people. Maybe. I think he was more there to help himself.
Of course. Not one person who was on that documentary was there to help anyone but themselves.
No.
Whether it was a contestant, producer, coach, whoever, that is television.
Yes. So I mean that goes back to our problem is that it shouldn't that specific type of television should not be entertainment.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think there are ways to do it. That wasn't it.
No.
But I think you can. I don't know. Like there's that movie. what's her name's in it? 80 Bryant, I think. Somebody runs a marathon. I don't remember. Never mind. JK.
Okay.
Well, good story, Caitlin. Tell another. I don't know. I think there are ways that these things can be done with empathy and maybe like a group sort of fat camp, for lack of a better term, that's documented as a reality show. May not have been the wild success that The Biggest Loser was, but probably has some entertainment value. Because people, as we know, for the people from our people in our lives who have responded to this documentary, people like a good weight loss success story. There's the woman on the documentary who made a very good point, and this will resonate with me for a long time. And it's right near the very beginning of the documentary where she says, has a TV show. The documentary's intent is the same thing that every fat person knows their entire lives, that nothing will be as valued and celebrated no matter what they accomplish in their lives as losing weight for a fat person.
Yes.
And that I was like, that's so true.
Yes, very.
So true. And it's so sad. Like, we are both relatively accomplished people in our lives, but people, when I do lose that 100 or 200 pounds or whatever it is, people, I see it already because I'm public about it. So I don't fault any, and I'm happy for the positive feedback because I'm proud of it. Like,
no, 100%.
But it is, even psychologically myself, I have to coach myself out of this. Like, I'm down like 43 pounds or something now, and I feel really good. I feel a lot better, but it's still like the thing people light right up and are like, wow, how did you do it? And you're like, diet and exercise, like
hard work.
it's hard psychologically, the whole thing, but I also do a lot of other really cool stuff. Yeah. And not that I don't get positive feedback for that. Like, I really do. And I'm not complaining. In no way am I complaining about any of this, but it is interesting to see. I think because it's relatable. Yeah. Part of it is that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I don't think it's as sinister as people like being so obsessive about weight, although I think that is part of it. I do think it's just because it's something everybody can understand.
Yeah, everyone struggles with weight, whether it be you're too skinny or too much or just your body image in itself. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone struggles with it.
Yeah. In some capacity, everybody struggles with their image.
But I think there is a way to turn it into an entertainment. Putting a cash value on the end doesn't.
I don't love it.
Feel right.
I don't love it.
I think you can,
unless I want it. Then I love it.
There are stories about people like I would watch a documentary about like someone trying to run a marathon for the first time or something like that, like that kind of thing where they're doing something to say they could achieve this accomplishment. I would probably be more entertained by that than
just the pounds alone.
Yeah.
And I think that it goes back to our whole modus operandi of this podcast of the eat, move, love.
True.
Wow, I'm throwing up the Latin here.
But I think that's the biggest one. I think is that it's in the early 2000s was a weird time because it was reality TV because of the writer's strike, right? The reality TV kind of took over.
And then people watched it.
So it took over even more.
Yeah.
And like I still watch. Like I watch Survivor every once in a while.
Yeah.
So there's a guy on Twitch who watches a Survivor Australia, like old episodes, and it's very entertaining.
Take your word for it.
I don't know. I get it. I do find reality TV kind of entertaining sometimes.
Yeah. No, I don't. I mean, I can see the appeal. I've never, other than the like early days of the vocal competition shows, I did get into those when I was young.
I never liked those,
but only because I wanted to win one.
Yeah, I was never into like American Idol or what's the new one, The Masked Singer.
I hate that one.
I'm not into those.
Not into that. I liked The Voice and I liked the American Idol. I don't now. I don't watch any of it now.
I still like watching a little bit of Survivor once in a while.
I do like The Amazing Race. Like if I'm gonna like pick and choose any to watch, I like like the Amazing Race or the Amazing Race Canada, because like you get to go see places.
That's kind of entertaining. Just like I like Canada because I like to see different places in Canada.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I don't watch it really, but I've seen an episode here and there.
Yeah. What are your final thoughts on the documentary in general? Like, how do you feel after watching it?
Oh, it made me cry. Honestly, it's so sad. What it further pronounces how obsessive our culture is with weight and was with weight, and how this is such a long-standing issue. And like, it was a perfect illustration of the things we talk about all the time, like fat. And then the one girl comes out and she's like, oh, everybody's like, ooh, she's lost too much weight.
Yeah.
That's not healthy.
Yeah, that was like season
and then the paradigm
12.
shifts and then the show dies.
Yeah, that was season 12.
Yeah.
That episode. I found that the person said it the best. She knew what the show was about.
Yeah.
For better or worse.
Better or worse.
The documentary made me want to do more research into the Biggest Loser, the back end side of it, and that documentaries tend to do that to me because I want to know more, because I always find I want to know what my biases are watching the documentary versus what else is out there, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
So it made me think a little bit more, but overall, like, it definitely made me a little upset at the producer, and it made me think that I also got upset at the doctor. I felt like maybe he was being a little, what's the word I'm thinking of? Disingenuous? Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, it is the word you're looking for. I mean, it's all on television. They're all disingenuous.
Yeah. So I don't know. I had questions. I had questions that I needed answered. No answers.
But I did like the way the relationship with him and that Tracy one developed. Like, they ran a marathon together. They I don't think he was all bad, and I do think a lot was done without him knowing.
Yes, I think so too.
Yeah.
It made me have more questions.
I guess that's the point.
I guess it is. But let us know if you watched the documentary. Let us know.
Wait on the comments.
Let me know how you felt, all that stuff. Or if you haven't watched it, go watch it and let us know.
Yeah.
But what's new? Where can people find us on the internet?
You can find us at Kate and Isaiah Living Large, and you can find Isaiah at Maritime Brews.
You are correct. And of course, you can always donate to us at the Buy Me a Coffee. And if you are listening on wherever you listen to your podcast at, you can like, share, subscribe over there. Or if you want to hop on over to YouTube and see our beautiful faces, we are over here as well. And if you are on YouTube already, if you can like, share, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff, that would be much appreciated. But until next week,
bye.
Bye.